being here. The film is Full Throttle Paradise, and thrilled to have it being shown in the Big Apple Festival. It stars Robert Finaro from The Sopranos, and Karen Giordano, and Vince Maritato, and Bill Whedon, and Jason Forlani, and CJ Gelfand, and Charles Casano.
Is he here today, Charles?
I'm looking for him.
Okay, what about Mark and Karen? Are they
I know,
here?
I think they're running late, but hopefully they'll be here soon.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's great to have you here, Sissy.
Yes, Nick, listen, you're such a great writer. Everybody has a lot of respect for you.
Oh, it's really nice.
Man, keep writing and keep creating consistently.
Thank you.
Creating plays, short plays, getting the work with the scripts. I mean, you got a lot in your head. How does it work for you? How did it work with this process alone? Tell me a little bit about the beginning.
Oh no, I just had this striking image of a guy and an old lady, and and I sort of started writing from there. I wanted to write something absurdist, sort of like a screwball comedy.
Okay,
I
great.
just went with it. I drank a lot of espresso, had some Italian cheesecake.
Okay, look at that, so that was fast.
Yeah.
And what else I was going to ask you, thank you for coming yesterday and supporting the work, by the way.
Three muses.
Marsha, she's a rock star, baby.
On the big screen.
She's a rock star,
Yeah,
she really is.
Great work. I love doing it.
Thank you. And about the actors, what do you have to say about the actors of the film? Your film.
Yeah, Robert Finaro from The Sopranos and The Irishman, and fantastic is here. Right here. And Karen Giordano,
she's amazing.
How amazing she is.
And she looks so striking on film, Karen, right?
Yeah, she's great. And Bill Whedon, who's a horror B-movie actor. He's in it, and Charles Casano. You know Charles.
Yeah, he's my buddy.
Jason
He's my
Forlani
boy.
from the Actor Studio.
Jason is from the Actor Studio.
CJ Gelfand. She can't be here tonight because she's having some sort of a rehab thing going on.
Okay. All right, well, that's it.
Make those eyes at me for when they haunt me night and day.
Okay, well, she's a great actor and a great acting coach.
Thank you.
One of the best.
I know.
Do you know that?
Yes, of course.
Spread the word around. Karen.
That's why I've always liked trying to play opposite her.
Spread the word around.
That's why I recommended her for this role.
Okay, well, Bobby Finero is an amazing, generous acting partner, and
He's a character actor.
Nick Simone knew exactly what he wanted in the film.
It's like a film. It's kind of absurd, but it's a good absurd.
Okay.
And it mixes with the wise guys and the absurdity of the motorcycles, and it's just Nick Simone.
Okay.
And it's going on all different places, but it's beautiful.
But the writing flows very easily with Nick, man. What kind of notes behind the camera? Remember what he was getting, what you were getting?
He was very into rhythm.
Into rhythm, right?
Yes.
There's a pace.
Yes.
With Nick?
He knew what pace he wanted, and he reminded everybody of the rhythm.
Okay, what was the most challenging thing about this piece?
I guess the most challenging is its absurdity.
Yeah.
It's steeped in kind of like a fantasy world.
Yeah, making the absurd real.
Yes.
Okay,
And he's a
great.
very generous director.
He is, and a very gifted writer. All right, thank you so much. I'm gonna make a video.
Hi, I'm Nick Simone, and I wrote and I directed Full Throttle Paradise.
Yes.
I'm Mara Beyer. I co-directed and produced Away. My name's Julianne Cross. I wrote, directed, executive produced, and starred in Fleet.
My first question would be regarding the story. How did the story find you, or how did the spark, the initial inspiration come through?
So for Dear Simone, it was sort of loosely inspired by correspondence that I maintained with my actual former therapist who did pass away from cancer. And it just very quickly became clear that I couldn't write her as a significant character because I didn't know her that way. So she became a conduit for a different relationship to heal.
For Full Throttle, it started with an initial image that I had in my mind. What would happen if a mobster-like guy witnessed a guy from the neighborhood sucking on his mother's arm. Well, one challenge, filming the cousin Demont scenes. Bill Wheaton as cousin Demont. He does a great job, doesn't he? He couldn't be here tonight, but because he's in Woodstock. But I said, you know how to ride a bike, right, Bill? Oh yeah. And and if you want, I can ride a motorcycle too, if you want me to. When we got on set, he didn't know how to ride a bike. And this was the thrust of these scenes. He had to be on the bike, he had to come down the hill. So I had to teach him how to ride a bike. And I hated it. And what was the second part of the?
What did you learn as an artist?
Nothing. No. I learned that I have more patience now than I did about 8 or 9 years ago.
I'm trying to think of the biggest hurdle. I think the biggest challenge for Martyr was we shot 7 days straight with no breaks. We were all living upstate in this tiny hotel and in this Airbnb that was on the sketchiest road I've ever been on in my life. And it was just like, every day we were tired, we had long days, we got rained out one day as well. What I kind of realized as an artist was that it's just about rolling with the punches and keep trucking, believe in the plan, and try to stay positive. And I was lucky to have a great crew and cast that did the same. And the cello was kind of like our key piece. It was extremely important for us for music, and I think the film really came alive when we put it in. Even when there's no music, that was a choice. That's about it.
Well, I thought I had the editing sequence in the script, but then I realized that during the first messy cut, that it wasn't working. So then I come up with the idea, well, let's break it down into chapters. That's why we see the title cards. So I figured the film would work better if we just break it up into chapter 1, Muhammad Ali, and then Cousin Demont, and then it would sort of bookend the scenes. And so we went with that, and then after that, so once I had that, then I spoke to Joe Ferrara, the composer, who's a friend of mine, and I drove him crazy. He kept coming up with music, and I said, it's not quite right. And then with each chapter, we finally got the right music for the right chapter. And it was a lot of fun working with Joe in that way, because I know he was enjoying it. We would talk on the phone every day. He would play me stuff, and then when he finally got it, it was great. And then when we finally put the whole thing together, and the music and the and the chapters, it just in my head it just worked.